Today on DNVR Buffs Live, we discuss what it's going to take for Colorado to beat BYU, which I think is actually simple yet very complicated, and also why I'm out on injury reports in college football. Let's get it. Let's go!
Squad!
Yes, sir. Coming to you live from the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores, is DNVR Buffs Live. You guys know the drill already. It's Thursday. We're scouting BYU. We're making picks. And we got some help with our guy, Deion Smith, back on the show.
Squad. Back on the show, baby.
Hell
former
yeah.
Colorado and former BYU tailback.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know a little bit about both sides today. So
Do you like being called a tailback or running back better?
Or halfback.
tailback sounds gross to me. I don't know.
That's easily the worst one.
It just
for
sounds
sure.
crazy.
Yes.
Yeah. I say running back or like halfback. I like halfback more.
I feel like football coaches always say tailback.
They do, especially like when you're talking about offenses, they might call it something crazy like tailback or like they just use these other names and it's like, bro, like just
My
say
favorite-
I'm RB, fam. Like,
My favorite's for the tight end that lines up right behind the tackle, and they call it the sniffer.
sniffer.
No
yeah.
way,
That's
bro.
insane.
Yeah.
That I don't want to go down this road, but did you guys see the video that came out recently about Tom Brady, like not being cool with his center sweating?
No,
No, I
I didn't see that.
Bro, it is so funny.
That is brutal, though.
Yeah.
I've experienced that where like an overly sweaty ass center and like they get the ball wet every time they snap it to you, bro. It's
Yeah.
like, bro.
And every time you touch the rock, it's wet.
Yeah, exactly.
Tom was basically making these dudes like build diapers out of towels.
That's real.
That's what it
skill
takes
right
to
there.
win, bro.
For real.
Yeah.
All right, today on the show, we'll make the picks and preview week 5 already. Wow. What a week it is, too, man. This is a great slate of college football that we have ahead of us. We'll scout BYU as well and talk about both sides of the ball. But last night, the first injury report for the week came out for CU and BYU, and man, it is brutal for the Buffs. The secondary is beat up. The running back room is beat up. The defensive line room is beat up. And there's, some good news with this too, though, right? Jordan Seaton and Zy Chrysler are both not included at all on this injury report. So it sounds like they are going to be full go for Saturday nights. Whenever you have it, Alyssa, go ahead and pull it up. But really, DB is the one I think that maybe defensive line too. I don't know which one hurts the most, but Makari Vickers, he is listed as doubtful. You have 3 defensive linemen out, and you have RJ Johnson out just on the defensive side of the ball.
Really quick, just for clarification's sake, if someone is listed as out, does that mean they didn't practice or they're already listing them as out for the game? Because I feel like that's confusing.
Imagine it's for the game.
Yeah, I think the latter is probably more likely. I think you can practice probably throughout the weekend. They know you're not going to play on Saturday.
Because like in the NFL, they don't do it that way.
Right.
You don't give official game statuses until Friday.
Yeah.
And then during the week, it's all just about what you did at practice. Were you limited? Were you did you not participate, or were you a full participant?
Most of those guys who were listed as out have been out the last couple of weeks.
Yep.
Like RJ Johnson didn't play last week. Lightfoot's been out a couple of weeks. Sammy O's hasn't played at all this season. Same with Phillip Houston. But the two biggest, I think, losses for me are the 2 running backs. Being without DeKalen Taylor and being without Simeon Price is massive, because they have been very important to this offense through 4 weeks, through 4 games, in very different ways, right? I think DeKalen Taylor is 3rd on this team in targets from a running back perspective. Simeon Price leads his team in yards per carry. I think he's over 6 yards per carry so far this season. Both of them have provided big plays already this season through 4 weeks as well. So being without both of those guys, not great. Not great. Obviously, it's going to be a big Michael Welch game. He's going to be counted on heavily early on, and hopefully he gets back to what we saw from him in Week 1 against Georgia Tech, because he came out the gates looking really strong. It's also going to be a big week for Dallin Hayden. You know, with Trackhawk and Simeon out, Dallin returned last week, got in a little bit at the end of the game. I think he got a couple carries there late. He is going to be counted on in this game as well to give this offense some semblance of a run game, because going 3 and out against this BYU defense is the last thing you can do. It's the last thing you can do. You got to be able to put together sustained drives. BYU leads this conference so far in time of possession by like a good margin as well. So you're going to have to put together drives and keep the ball moving, stacking first downs with the ground. So big week for Micah, Dallin, and Kaidon certainly using his legs as well.
Thoughts on the running back room so far, Deion?
Yeah, man, that's tough. I mean, you know how it is in the running back room. As far as like, we know the mentality that like each week anybody could be up, you know. So just having that like next man up mentality is like big, but like that's a big dent to the run game, because it's like it's hard to just rely on one guy. You can, you know, you can make him the bell cow, but just especially like the tempo of the game and just like how often you want to try to like control the line of scrimmage and run the ball and show that you have a rushing game. It's hard to put it on one guy, because like, man, weird things happen on a random play, on a handoff, on a swing, you know. So just being down that is going to be tough, but like you got to figure out more ways to run the ball with other guys, whether that's Kaidon, whether that's like some tight end stuff, you know, Draylon, you know what I'm saying? Just figuring out ways to get the ball to receivers, even in those little touch passes and stuff. So like that's what I think as far as like missing those two guys, because I feel like that's big for the run game.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I was the least worried out of everyone when this injury report came out. Look, you never want to see like DeKalen and Simeon out, because they've been your two best guys at that position so far. Yes. But if there's a position where you're going to be able to sustain some hits, it's at the offensive skill positions. Like those are the places where you have the most guys. Like you have Micah Welch, who a lot of us thought was going to be the number 1 running back for this team,
for sure,
ready to go. You have Dallin Hayden, who a lot of other people thought was going to be the number 1 running back for this team, ready to go. You have all of this extra talent that we're not totally utilizing that much, like Isaiah Harge, who could go in there and play for you. Cam Michael, who did some of that in the spring. Draylon Miller, as we know. So like, that's a position where you definitely don't want your top guys to go down, but especially on this team, I think that there isn't as much of a drop-off to 3-4 as there would be at some other positions. To me, the biggest thing was, are you going to get Jordan and are you going to get Zai out there? Those guys not showing up on the report at all is huge. And then the other one that's really interesting for me is Makari Vickers being doubtful, because it was RJ and Tion in the first game. Then RJ goes out against Houston. Makari really comes in and plays the most of that. Then he played most of last game. Yes. Now Tion's going to be back called up to kind of get his opportunity again.
He's probable, assuming he's good to go.
Yes. Yeah. He has to.
He 100% has to.
For sure.
And honestly, I think Makari probably has to suit up too.
Just in case?
Yeah. So that position is definitely the most thin right now. You're really hoping that whatever Tion is dealing with isn't going to flare up during the game, because then things could get scary.
And obviously this defense likes to play with 3 cornerbacks on the field quite a bit, and that's kind of been their MO the last 2 seasons, this year included. This might be a game where you take one of those guys off for extra linebacker, you know, or for a Sean Myers, for a Kaidon Salter potentially, because if you can't stop the run against this BYU team, it could get out of hand, you know, quite frankly. So that has to be priority number 1 for this defense. So that's a schematic change that I would consider recommending.
And the defensive line injuries in context don't look that bad either. I mean, Brandon Davis-Swain's not listed on here.
He's a problem. He's at the bottom there.
Oh, so well, either way, he's probable. Like he's gonna play.
Yeah.
Anquin Barnes, you get him back in the second half. You're going to have to hang on for 30 minutes for sure.
A lot of Amari, who's also listed at probable, but I think he's going to get a lot of those snaps.
Yep, and Keaton's questionable. So, I think that looks a lot worse for the defensive line than it actually is. Losing Tawfiq and not getting Sam yet this season definitely hurts. You need those guys at some point. But, you need guys like Anquin Barnes to step up in the second half. You need Jaheim Otis to step up in the first half. Amari McNeil, and this is the issue with this defensive line, too, when it comes to stopping the run so far. They're just not winning one-on-one.
Yeah.
Guys just got to create havoc in there. You got to, reset the line of scrimmage in your favor, and you really got to start just shooting gaps, winning blocks, and making tackles for loss in the backfield. And we'll talk about that when we get to scouting.
I do have to say, I'm out on these injury reports.
Why?
College football fans aren't built to be able to handle them.
Yeah.
I am getting texts left and right last night of everyone freaking out. Like, normally you just show up at the game and it doesn't.
You figure it out.
You'll
see.
Sometimes it'd be like the third quarter and you're like, wait,
I haven't seen this guy.
Yeah.
So, NFL fans, I feel like, are used to seeing their star players on the injury report throughout the week and like, he's going to play anyway. It'll be fine.
Right.
Yeah.
But this one was interesting last night, the reaction from people.
I know who else is out on it. Coach Prime.
Yeah.
He, flat out said this is for gambling purposes. Deion, I want to ask you a question, though. Earlier, we were talking about Colorado's running back situation. You're like, it's hard to just rely on one guy. It seemed like that's what BYU is going to have to do on Saturday night. One of the other biggest takeaways from this injury report was BYU's second leading rusher, Sione Moa, is already ruled out. And behind LJ Martin, their top dog at running back. You said what?
Is it Enoch Nawahini? Not even.
I'll pull it up here
I'm
in a
not
second.
sure. You talking about who's left?
Who's left? Yeah.
I think it's going to be Jovesa Dumuni. That's what it looks like. He has the next most carries after LJ Martin
At the running back position.
And Moe, right at the running back position.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because it's interesting because Bear obviously runs the ball quite a bit. And then Cody Hagan has he's gotten some opportunities. He plays wide receiver to run the football. Those guys have gotten more yards than him. Lucky
I think those are just reverses that have gone to that guy.
I was gonna say it's a lot of reverses, and I was gonna talk about this once we get into BYU, but they do a lot of things creatively to run the ball, and so I feel like that creates a little bit more of a wrinkle. As I was saying, they have to figure out. CU has to figure out a way to allow other people to run the ball and create some type of rushing identity.
For sure.
So I think that's the difference between the two, right now.
Yeah.
Only because I feel like this CU team has been a running back by committee. Everyone's been making explosive plays. Not saying that they're only down to one guy because RK said they still have depth. But it's just the BYU's offense isn't an identity based on 4 and 5 different backs coming in, you know? It's mostly LJ, and you're going to see other rushing stats on there.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily from backs, you know?
I hear you.
So I think that's how they give him a little bit of relief, but also still are heavy in the run game.
For sure. I mean, he's already got 40 carries, and the next running back after that, Moa, 17, he's out. After that, 8 carries.
Less
from
than
another running
50%.
back.
You know what I'm saying?
So it seems like he's used to be counted on, and probably won't be too much of an adjustment for him on Saturday night.
Well, and just like I was mentioning with corner, where this really comes into play is if something were to happen to LJ during the game.
That's when it could get really hairy.
Right. And that's what changes the dynamic right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, well, let's get into it and start scouting BYU. But first, a quick word from some of our friends. Shout out Bet365, man. We're making picks later in this show, and we've done all right. I got a final score, a current score for us.
Let's go.
So we'll get to that here in a bit. But Bet365 is the place to bet on football every weekend. They got SGP Sundays, Thursday night touchdown bets with the NFL, and plus the early money line payout, which is the reason why I bet on Bet365 when it comes to football. If your team goes up by 17 points or more at any point in the game, even if the other team comes back and wins, you get a money line payout, no questions asked. Also, right now, you can get $200 in bonus bets when you bet $5 win or lose. Just sign up, use the code DNVR365, deposit $10, and then place a bet of $5 to get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins or loses. Bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, player props, futures, pretty much anything on the app, really. So whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. You must be 21 or older and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply.
Also, shout out to our friends over at Taco Bell. Does the honor code allow for you to eat fast food?
Yes.
Okay, good. Something we can all meet on the middle ground.
That's
here.
one thing that Mormons love is fast food.
Well, I'm sure they love Taco Bell then.
I guarantee that.
If they know any Bell at all. And if you want to know Bell and you want your friends to know that you know Bell, bring the big box of Grande nachos over to your football watch party this weekend. We're talking warm and crispy tortilla chips loaded with 2 portions of slow roasted chicken or seasoned beef, refried beans, warm nacho cheese sauce, 3 different types of cheeses on top of that, freshly prepared pico de gallo, reduced fat sour cream, and guacamole made with Hass avocados. It's the best thing for a quick snack to bring over to your football watch party this weekend. And of course, you could grab a couple Buffs boxes along with that for $7 each. Most importantly, Taco Bell is a proud partner of CU Athletics and is donating $1,000 to the Golden Buffalo Scholarship Foundation for every CU touchdown scored in 2025. Go Buffs and live Moss.
Shout out Bet365 and shout out Taco Bell. All right, let's get into BYU here. We'll start on the offensive side of the ball. Obviously, Bear Bachmeier, the true freshman quarterback. I was impressed. I'm not going to lie. I think he's a good football player. I think he's going to get a lot better. They do, kind of protect him a bit. It's a lot of easy stuff for him. And this goes to what Deion was saying about the offense. I mean, it's really creative. They're going to try and get multiple guys involved in the run game, in the pass game, and they're going to run Bear, of course. A lot of misdirection, play action, trick plays, heavy flow one way, and then play comes back the other, pulling guards, all that type of stuff. Bear will look to run if you take away those first reads, but I was impressed. I think he processes pretty well. He did put the ball in jeopardy a few times, especially against ECU. There should have been at least one interception, maybe even more, that they should have had. But he's willing to make tight window throws. He has a good arm, and he's confident in it. He loves throwing that wheel up the sideline. I mean, he's hit that like at least 3 or 4 times already this season. So you can bet on that being an opportunity for them. But yeah, LJ Martin is kind of where it starts and ends. You got to stop the run, and you have to kind of change the narrative in terms of what your run defense is known for right now. Even going back to the Alamo Bowl, they ran all over Colorado in that game. So guys just got to win one-on-one, man. That's what it really boils down to. You win one-on-one in the run game. You make Bear Bachmeier throw the football, you stand a really good chance at winning. Yeah,
I mean, at the top I said it's simple yet complicated. It's simple because the key to winning is stopping the run. It's complicated because that has not been a strength for this defense.
Easier said than done.
Exactly. I think that if you can find a way to slow down LJ Martin and slow down this running game, you're going to be able to create pressure on Bear Bachmeier, and that's when I think he starts to panic a little bit and starts to be a little wild and make some freshman mistakes. It's just my biggest fear is are they going to be able to earn the right to get after him and put him in those positions? You definitely see the freshman pop up a little bit. Yeah. The way that I described it to you guys last night is I was like, they're kind of calling it for him like I saw Sean Payton call it for Bo Nix for most of last season. It's just protect him with screens and a little, misdirection and a lot of nice, easy, open throws for him. And I think that their offensive coordinator does a fantastic job of scheming it up.
Yep.
All the things that we complain about not seeing from Colorado's offense, you see a whole bunch of it from BYU. So can you stop that run? If you can, you're going to have a great opportunity to slow down this offense.
One more thing real quick. ECU did have 8 tackle for a losses in their game. They were making tackles in the backfield. There's going to be chances.
And they had a lot of designed run in for Bear that was unsuccessful.
Yes.
Yeah.
One after another.
At least a couple of those TFLs came on those situations.
Came from those situations.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was kind of impressed with Bear as well.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of in the context of like this is his true freshman season. He's
Totally.
only played 3 college football games.
Yeah.
I was a bit impressed by what I saw, just mostly the poise, and it's obviously helped by the coaching staff, the play calling. Like BYU's offensive coordinator Aaron Roderick is one of the most creative play callers and play designers in college football, and that is something that you see on film week in and week out. And for Colorado's defense, they're going to have to be really disciplined, especially with their eye discipline, because BYU marries the run game with the pass game really, really well. Like they make A lot of their runs look exactly the same. They make a lot of their pass concepts out of play action look exactly like their run plays and run concepts and whatnot. So it's going to be big on the second level of this defense. The Reggie Hughes, Martavius French, if they end up, using, going 3 to 4 deep at linebacker, that's going to be the biggest thing because LJ Martin is really like that. Like he has the ability to take over any football game, with how, like I said, how they scheme it up, how often they give him the football. And this offensive line is really good for BYU. So it's gonna start then. I think when you said it's gonna start then with stopping LJ Martin, that's the game right there because, as impressed as I was with Bear Bachmeier, this is still his 4th college football game ever. And this is his first true, in my opinion, road test.
Yeah.
He was
Test period.
Yeah,
he was on the road last week at ECU, and
They
that's
apparently had 10,000 BYU fans in the stands there. I don't know how many ECU fans they had.
Yeah, so you got to make him look like a freshman at certain times, but like you mentioned, you gotta earn the right to get BYU into 3rd and long, into obvious passing situations by stopping the run. And Bear's a problem with his legs as well, and they're gonna have to be ready for that. I know Aaron Roderick, watching Colorado's defense on film the last few weeks, is licking his chops in some of the ways he can get Bear involved in the run game. So be a big day for the second level of that defense. Robert Livingston, defensive coordinator, and that's where the game is mostly going to be decided.
Deion?
Yeah. I think I would agree with pretty much everything you guys touched on. And I think it was RK, you said it yesterday. It's how efficient the run game is, makes those passes like layups.
Yeah.
Because thinking about it, I know we thought about this, and me being like a back thinks about it as man, if we toting the rock, there's going to get to a point to where they're going to put 6, 7 people in that box. 8 people in the box to stop the run.
Yeah.
As soon as they do that, we right over their head because, like you said, the linebacker's first step is going to be what? Downhill, And so, I think it's imperative, and I'm pretty sure we'll get to this later, but, a big point of emphasis is control the line of scrimmage.
Yes.
I think that's on both sides.
Yes.
Offensively and defensively. And like Scotty said, time of possession is big.
Massive.
And this offense is, structured around its personnel, and they're not a big personnel-driven team. It's just more so of, okay, this scheme is going to put our players in positions to where they can make plays at the right moments. For instance, Chase Roberts.
Good player.
Good player. You don't see him a lot of one-on-ones on an island, deep post. You know what I'm saying? It's like they've been running the ball all game. The next thing you notice is what? Right over the head, post route from Chase. Why? Because those guys are downhill. So I think that's a big thing. Stopping the run, and they got to figure out a way to control the ball and
You have to
win the turnover battle. I mean, I feel like that's easily said than done.
Yeah.
BYU is the best turnover margin in the country right now.
Opportunistic
All these stats
team.
about BYU are so empty to me.
I mean,
I agree.
totally, for sure. But
I agree. It's hard to put any stock into them leading the country in scoring defense.
3
only giving
weeks
up
in Portland State,
exactly.
ECU, and Stanford.
I
Stanford might be the worst of those 3 teams.
I tweeted before the show the 3 teams that BYU has played so far this year are combined 3-9.
Yeah.
The 4 teams that Colorado have played so far this year are combined 12-3.
Yeah.
This is the first real test for not only BYU this year, but for their true freshman quarterback. And Colorado has to lean into that. And I think the time possession is really important because Colorado's defense might be able to hold up for a few drives, a quarter, maybe even a half. But if you get Colorado's defense on the field for multiple, 8, 9, 10 play drives that take up 5, 6, 7 minutes off the clock, they're going to be gassed by the 3rd and 4th quarter. And that's when you see the big explosive plays in the run game and whatnot, because and it's hard to be disciplined when you're tired and you're gassed and you've been on the field for 40, 50 plays a game. So it's going to be important to stack first downs and try to put together at least a handful of long drives for Colorado's perspective. And that's going to, obviously fall on the play calling, on Kaidon's ability to be efficient on 3rd down. But that's really where this game is going to be won and lost.
And that's another thing too, those games, if you watch besides the first game, Stanford game and the ECU game, they were close.
Yeah, they
all
were.
the way, maybe until second half, maybe.
I mean,
and it's going down the field, kicking field goals. You got 9 points in field goals.
Yes.
You're getting into the box sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And
For
it's
sure.
slowly but surely they're going to put points on the board, and you have to figure out a way to score.
Yeah.
And do just that.
I
And
think-
keep them from having the ball as much.
I think that was the recipe in both their last games. It was Stanford was kind of in it until the 3rd quarter. ECU, like I said, that game was 6-3 with less than a minute in the first half
Yeah.
before ECU's quarterback throws a goofy ass pick six.
Well, and then
And
it
the
was
play was such a bad play call.
So bad, bro.
All the way
Anybody
back
can
end
see
zone.
that. Anybody
Yes.
can see
Yeah,
that.
just
Anybody
run the ball
can
out
see
and get to halftime.
And if you're a corner, you're just
sitting on that,
Dreaming
yes,
that.
sitting on that, bro.
perfect.
That was the game right there. And again, like I think
Should've
part of the
double-moved
reason
him.
we saw BYU take off in the second half is because they've been able to stack those long drives
Yeah.
and tire out the opposing defenses.
I mean, look, you can't like take away points, but without that pick six, it's 20-13 going like well into the fourth quarter
Facts.
for ECU.
yeah. I mean, ECU is easily the best team they've played. I thought.
yeah,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
And we'll get into what ECU did on offense to their defense, but yeah, just last point on BYU's offense is they haven't been great in the red zone,
No.
and I think that is a freshman quarterback symptom.
Yep.
You know, that's where you have to really like see it and fit the ball into tight windows, and that you can't. There's no time for hesitation. That's the one place where it's been kind of showing up when they can't just run the ball into the end zone.
Right. Yeah, I mean, they only have one turnover on the year on offense. They had a lost fumble in the first game against Portland State. But again, Bachmeier had some opportunities last week that he gave ECU that they just didn't capitalize on.
Yeah.
And he's never had to be in a situation like that where like we got to pick this up through the air.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
we're trailing.
Yeah.
And that's why a fast start is so important this week for Colorado. Get Bear Bachmeier in a situation where he has to throw the football, where he has to try to play from behind because he literally just has no experience doing it at this level.
Yep.
And Stanford too. There was a play where the ball just gets knocked up in the air and two
And no
Stanford
one gets-
players
yeah.
That was the
collide.
first. I think it was the first play of the game on offense for them.
So I mean, and yeah, that would have been huge. That would have set the tone for the whole game. So
And that's the difference, though, between that's the difference about this BYU team is because they are very opportunistic. So if the
Very
ball
opportunistic,
if the
yes.
ball is somewhere in the air, best believe someone's gonna fall in.
Facts.
yeah. Well, all right. Let's just get to the defense then on the other side of this break.
Shout out to the squad, our good friends over at the Colorado Soccer Association. The CSA is the official hub for over 65 soccer clubs across the beautiful state of Colorado. It offers programs for youth players, adult players, coaches, refs, families who want to get involved in the game. Kids can kick off their soccer journey as early as age 3. I know y'all were talking a couple of days ago that y'all had a soccer career early in y'all life. I never really dabbled, but I kind of wish I did a little bit. Whether you're playing for fun or competing at the highest level or maybe even exploring your career in soccer, there's something for everyone at CSA. So be a part of history as well. With the 2026 World Cup coming in the U.S. and the new NWSL team, Denver Summit FC, there's never been a more exciting time to play, cheer for, and be a part of this soccer buzz here in Colorado. If you want to get involved, visit coloradosoccer.org to find a club near you and be a part of the future of the game.
And also shout out to our friends over at the Rocky Mountain Cancer Center. Come on, man. We've talked about this a lot this year. If you haven't gotten checked out yet, just taking care of yourself, make sure you get on it. Right now, Rocky Mountain Cancer Centers want to emphasize prostate cancer because it is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. If you're 50 or older or even younger with a family history of it, go get scanned. You don't know until you know. So make sure, talk to your doctor, do what you got to do. Just make sure you're all good so that we can keep on living the good life. Prostate cancer is pretty common. It affects 1 in 8 men, but it's highly, highly treatable when caught early. So make sure, again, go get checked out and be a good teammate. Check in with your buddies, text the group chat, bring it up at golf, coffee, whatever you're doing. But Rocky Mountain Cancer Center is the official sponsor of Denver sports fans. Head on over to RockyMountainCancerCenters.com to learn more.
Can you start that comment from Purdy Glazer, Alyssa?
Oh, Lord.
Wild name. That's a
Crazy
new one.
name,
I've never
bro.
seen them here before.
All right, the defensive side of the ball. This is a well-coached unit, man. We talked about it, obviously, 9 months ago in the Alamo Bowl. They're going to try and force you into mistakes, and as Deion put it earlier, they're very, very opportunistic. Kaidon Salter is going to have to be very smart with the football in this game. As it is right now, I think he has the longest time to throw in college football, but the offensive line's giving him plenty of time. So you have to be decisive, but you have to be smart with the football at the same time. It's walking a fine line when it comes to that. Again, ECU's turnovers basically gave BYU the runway to just run away with the game. So you got to take care of the football. There's going to be space to throw on this defense too. It's very zone heavy. They will go to man every now and then. Their corner is really, really good. Evan Johnson, yes, really good player. He's the one who had the pick 6 last weekend against ECU. This is a big game for Pat Shurmur. Massive game for Pat Shurmur. He's got to scheme it up. He's got to put a lot of these guys in position because this is what it comes down to. This is what it came down to in the Alamo Bowl. It's purely coaching. Can you call the plays at the right time? Are you going to be able to exploit some weaknesses in whatever front they're in or whatever coverage they're in? This team will blitz too. If they smell blood in the water, man, you better hope and pray at that point because they're going to start sending guys from all over the field, nickel, safety. More 5-6+ guys. So you got to get after them. It's got to be a big game for DJ too. Chase Roberts is a really good receiver on the outside. As I mentioned, 8 TFLs from ECU last weekend in trying to stop that run game. So you got to get in the backfield and get these guys down. I think that's all I got on the defense.
Scotty?
Yeah, I mean, talking about BYU's defense, like they got some really impactful players at all 3 levels.
Linebackers are great.
Jack Kelly's a dog.
Zay Glasker.
Yeah.
Glasker's a dog, had a pick in that game, in that Alamo Bowl last year. Evan Johnson, who you mentioned, the corner, is one of the best corners I think I've seen so far this season. So they got dogs. It's hard for me, we kind of alluded to earlier, it's hard for me to really gauge how good this defense is when I don't believe they've played anybody other than Eastern Carolina. But they're certainly a strong unit. They're well coached. And you mentioned Pat Shurmur, like he got to get his lick back from that performance in that Alamo Bowl. Like that offense looked disjointed from the opening snap through the last snap of that game. And he's got to draw it up, man. He's got to get creative in the run game because this cannot turn into a game where you're asking Kaidon Salter to drop back 35 plus times. 100%. This cannot be that game. He has to open up more of the design quarterback run. Because I think it's going to be, RK, you mentioned it. I think you said Kaidon got to go crazy. Like this got to be a game where Kaidon approaches or exceeds 100 yards rushing for Colorado to win this game. In addition to being very efficient on third down and in the passing game, that's the key. Like when you see Sincere Brown in 1-on-1 coverage, even if it is Evan Johnson, who's a really good football player,
it up.
Give him an opportunity. Same thing for Amari Miller. Same thing for JoJo Williams. Like when you see advantageous matchups, especially in one-on-one situations, that is this offense's, I think, a recipe to success, to getting to 30 points, right? And that's got to be the goal. Get to 30 points. This team is 10-0 since last season when scoring 30-plus points. That's what you got to do. And it starts with Pat Shurmur, Kaidon Salter, in that order.
Yeah, this defense is really well coached, like you guys mentioned. They are big. They are tough. They are not fast.
Also, one note: Coach Prime said on the coaches show today, average age of this team is 23 years old.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mission trips.
I was gonna say that's a BYU cheat code. Yeah, they're not fast though. That's the place where Colorado has its biggest advantage. I think is speed. Their speed versus BYU's defense. And Jake, Scotty mentioned this too, but this is a Kaidon Salter legacy game for me. Like, you got to put the cape on and put the team on your back this week. I think that if Colorado is going to win this game, it's because Kaidon Salter went crazy. Yeah. You mentioned them blitzing. Well, courtesy of our friend Matt H., he says, per PFF, Kaidon Salter has the 3rd best pass grade in the nation when blitzed.
Let's go.
Why? In my opinion, because he's escaping the pocket when they're sending blitzes and then getting his eyes downfield. Well, when you don't blitz, he has the 7th highest run grade in the nation. Why? Because you're backing up. You don't have enough guys to contain him. He takes off and runs. If he can kind of marry those two things together in this game, I think he can have a massive game against BYU. And look, what's his name? Sam Hauser? Is that his name? Kaidon Hauser, the East Carolina quarterback.
Yeah.
He was able to throw that thing around on
100%.
Threw for 285 passing yards. Yannick Smith, their number 1 wide receiver, 9 catches for 146 yards. There's gaps in the secondary to throw into.
They ran pretty well too.
For sure. To me, the path to Colorado winning is in a shootout. And I kind of have that like Folsom Magic feeling 8-15 game, like things could get super weird in this game. You know, some Omari and Miller looking like he's tackled standing up, running down the sideline. Just that kind of stuff is what I'm envisioning when I think about this game. And I think a shootout is the way CU has to win it.
Deion?
I see that. Like y'all all talked about, I feel like defensively, you're going to see a little bit of everything, you know, just from watching these games. I saw a little bit of everything. You saw some 3 down, some 4 down, some double mugs, some sim pressures. But kind of like RK said, I got to lean towards, like, they are going to blitz, but I feel like when they blitz, that's when the good matchups happen.
Yes.
Because what's behind the blitz is man coverage.
Yep.
So that means and like I said earlier, this team is schemed around personnel. And I think personnel-wise is where the matchups are going to have to be relied on, because, like, even like it's been said and it's even noticeable, the speed difference is there.
Yeah.
You got receiver difference, you got height difference. I don't know if you guys have seen like the height differences between corners and receivers that Colorado has. So I think the matchup will be there. And like if Kaidon can get the ball out, make the right decisions, and just kind of like live between scrambling when he needs to and putting the ball in the right place at the right time, I think this will be a good one. And if it comes down to a shootout, game management has to be on point. That's the only thing I'm thinking, because like it's gonna come down to the very small things like special teams, what decisions you make, and like
most definitely, bro.
Game management is very important from everyone, personnel, from the quarterbacks, from relaying. Hey, this is the play. From looking at the defense to say, okay, we're gonna check out of this.
Definitely.
No like delay of game penalties. You know, like those things are gonna be in play if it comes down to a shootout. And me personally, I want to see Colorado control the line of scrimmage and make this game get out of hand. That's what I think. And it has to be explosive offense to where like you're not letting them hang around. That's where I think this game will be swung from side to side.
Real quick, Deion, we asked you this the last time we had you on, but it's much more pertinent now.
Yeah.
What do you think makes Kalani Sitake such a great coach? You played for him, of course.
He's aggressive for one. Play like on the field, he's aggressive. 4 down territory could be anywhere. Like 4 down territory is always live. There's a trick play every week, at least one.
Yeah,
on every unit.
And I would assume catered or tailored to the opponent.
To
that
the
week.
opponent,
right?
Like I don't know if you guys saw it. We played Arkansas at Arkansas. We had to play. It was called Razorback. Personnel was like 12 Deion or something. It was called Razorback.
Yeah.
We put it in for that week.
Yeah, they saw some on film.
It's because they flow hard to the ball. They do this. Okay, cool. What we're going to do is toss a little screen out there. You're going to leak out the backfield. We're going to throw it over the top. Cool. So each week they're going to carry into the game. Okay, based on the defense and based on what we see, this is what we're going to essentially do as far as like trick play wise. So that is going to happen. And also just like Coach Sitake's going to have like faith, even when there's like, even if you're down 14-17-0, he's still going to be like, okay, come on, guys. Like, you're going to be getting guys going. He's going to talk to you personally and be like, look, you messed up here or you fumbled here, but it's okay. Like, we have the next play. We have the rest of the game, just one play at a time. So that is the difference between, like, Coach Kalani and, like, I would say most coaches, because, like, at the end of the day, they're going to be a little bit conservative in certain moments, but I feel like Coach Kalani is a little bit more aggressive. And, like, if it doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world. We still have more opportunities.
Did you play a night game on the road at BYU under Sitake? Do you remember?
West Virginia, and we got handled. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's the night game on the road that I remember. Texas was during the day.
So BYU is 31-4 in its
Night
last
games.
35 night games.
Wow.
31-4. They're 14-1 in their last 15 night games on the road.
They used to, like, Coach used to try to tell us, like, you got to prove to people that we can play during the daytime.
Wow. What a contrast.
And
Yeah,
I
it is
thought that was
wild.
a crazy stat because I was
Yeah.
like, dang, like, the night games are the worst games. You're sitting in a hotel all day.
Yeah.
But they're better for BYU, it sounds like, as
I
opposed to the
guess
day
so,
game.
bro. It
That's
got to be
crazy.
some mojo or
Those
something.
students
going on.
get hopped up on caffeine.
That's
Caffeine and Taco Bell, baby.
Yeah.
But no, I was gonna say when you brought up the stats about those PFF stats about Kaidon, versus zone and man, or versus blitz and not blitz, it's gonna be important pre-snap recognition, and if he can get some help, from Shermer in his ear before that, voice in his head goes off, the green dot and whatnot, about what BYU might be in, whether they might be blitzing, if they're bringing a pressure. And obviously, BYU is going to try to disguise some things and whatnot. But if Kaidon can get an idea pre-snap of, okay, they're bringing pressure here, I might be able to, take a one-on-one opportunity, or they might be playing a zone. I might be able to use my legs here. If he has that idea in his mind pre-snap, that might allow him to play faster the way we saw against Wyoming, right? And I think Coach Rhymes said it perfectly. When I asked him about Kaidon this week, he was like, if you're going to run, run. If you're going to throw, throw. It's not like, I'm not sure. Be decisive. Have an idea of what this play might look like before the snap, and then go and execute and play loose and play fast.
Yeah, and what's interesting about that is BYU doesn't mix it up all that much on defense.
Nope.
They're like, we do these 3 things really well, and we're going to keep going back to them. Now, they will try to disguise it a little bit sometimes, but it shouldn't be hard for Kaidon to know what he's looking at.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Anything else on the matchup before we move on to picks?
The one thing is you mentioned like not throwing it a bunch. I have a feeling that that's going to be where this is headed.
Maybe. I mean, if it's the path you're thinking of a shootout, I mean, it will certainly happen, but I don't know.
And if you think in matchups though, bro, you're going to put your best receiver and you're going to send him down the field just to see what Evan Johnson can do,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
if that happens and it's right, trust and believe it's going to be bombs in Folsom.
Sure. I mean, I wouldn't be trying to test Evan Johnson out the gate, so to speak, but like I'm just thinking like there might be a lot of pass plays called that just turn into a Kaidon scramble. You know what I'm saying?
Love that.
Yeah.
And that
might be our best play.
Exactly
Totally.
right. Exactly right.
We need that. They're going to play a lot of zone, though, so eyes are going to be forward. We'll see how they respond to, when Kaidon does break out of the pocket or, starts making a move upfield. If they, are aggressive coming downhill to come and stop him and they leave some of those guys open.
Yep, exactly.
Or if they're just going to let Kaidon kind of pick his way through the zone and see if they can just, make them 10 play plus drives every time,
Yeah.
I'll tell you something else that could possibly be Colorado's best play on Saturday and the rest of the season. Scramble drill.
Yes.
Escape the pocket.
Make
extend the
it
play.
happen.
especially against zone.
Exactly right. Get on the same page, and that could cause some explosives for this offense, and they're going to need at least a few.
Alrighty. We have pregame show tomorrow. Know Your Enemy is also up on the YouTube channel if you want more BYU preview talk. Let's do it. What a slate we have for week 5, boys.
Big week.
We have 8 games again, but man, this could have been a 16-game week with the quality of matchups that we have.
Scoreboard update.
Relax. There's a 1-point lead at the top.
I'm guessing it's Scotty.
No, it's the man who had the betting show. It's you.
Me.
Wow.
Oh, look at that.
You're at 15. Scott's at 14. I'm at 12.
Okay.
We're all in the area.
It's a big week for you. It's a big week.
Yeah. No.
Oh, God.
Legacy week.
margin, yeah.
Legacy
Big
week,
week,
I would say. Beautiful slate, though. I love all the games you picked.
Incredible. First game up. We got USC going all the way to Illinois. The number 21 Trojans.
Go ahead.
Trojans kind of looking good, man.
Lincoln Riley might be
I like
back.
their quarterback a lot.
Mayava's a fun player to watch. They got a receiver who's really good. Their running back is awesome too, and they've got some guys on defense. Illinois. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
BTA in
Yes.
the worst way.
Yes.
Multiple belts, whips, chains.
A 60 burger put on their head last week in the loss to Indiana. USC is 6.5-point favorites. I am taking the Trojans.
Really quick, have you seen USC complaining about the kickoff time?
Yes, bro.
Yes.
That's where I was going to go. And that's why I'm on Illinois.
We're all looking for the ones who did this. You are the ones who ruined the Pac-12 and left for the Big
Speak
Ten
on it.
so you can play 9 a.m. Local time games or whatever they have this week.
Here's the quote from Lincoln Riley. Going from the absolute latest kick in the country to the absolute earliest kick in the country has its challenges, but it is what it is. We don't make the schedule.
If it isn't the consequences of our own actions.
Crazy.
What's
Fuck
the time
around,
of that
find
kickoff?
out, USC.
It must be whatever.
be at 10 a.m.
Yeah, 10 a.m. Yeah.
10
And I think they
a.m.
played
in Illinois.
the latest on this past Saturday.
They
Right.
played
Like
very
8-9.
yeah,
Can't
no,
complain
that-
about that. Yeah.
that Michigan State game was like I
Oh,
think around the time Colorado kicked off.
You know, in the NFL, they go from Sunday to Thursday.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Facts.
way quicker turnaround.
Yeah.
I want to pick against them, but I think they're. You know what? Illinois get back game.
Okay.
I'm certainly on Illinois, especially after USC's head coach is literally already crying about the game.
I know that really bothers me.
Illinois.
Is there a little bias in there?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
100%. Illinois is definitely, I got to rep the home state. But, yeah, I mean, it was an embarrassing showing for Illinois last week. They're back at the crib. They are playing pissed off, I would hope. I like them to at least cover. Give me Illinois.
Yeah, I think they play them in a close game this week.
You got to pick, Dion?
I'm going to go USC.
All right.
I got a little faith in Lincoln. And I like that guy. What the receiver, Makai Lemon? Lemon?
Yeah, he's a dog.
I like bro.
Yeah,
I like him. I feel like they got some weapons. I'm going to go USC.
All right.
We're split like that out the gate.
Next up, this is one of 3 top 25 matchups we're going to talk about today. Number 4, LSU traveling to Ole Miss. Ole Miss is sticking with, do you know the name of the quarterback?
Trinidad Chambliss.
Yeah.
From Ferris State,
right?
right?
Name. Yeah. Been balling this year.
He has been. But Pat McAfee had Lane Kiffin on yesterday, and he did not like when Pat McAfee brought up that question. That was so funny.
It was right out of the Coach Prime playbook.
I know.
I'm sure it was some On3 reporter reported they're going with someone. And Pat just gets like a thing in his ear, like they're going with Trinidad. And then he says it, and he's like, "Oh, I'll go alert the staff."
Exactly.
He got to be top 5 funniest coaches in college football.
Oh, he's hilarious.
He's hilarious.
We can't talk about this game though without talking about Landry Kiffin.
That's so
hard
bad.
launch.
Yeah, that was
the
crazy.
relationship
Crazy timing, too.
Crazy timing.
with LSU's star linebacker. I don't know. My theory on this is that Lane was in on the whole thing.
Negative
plan.
game plan.
Like he's been knowing that they've been together. He's like, it'd be hilarious if you guys posted for the first time game week. That'll get people talking. That's just so Lane to me.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Ole Miss.
Interesting. 1.5 is the spread in favor of Ole Miss at home. Ole Miss, they put it on Tulane last week. Beat them by 35. They beat Arkansas. They beat Kentucky, both by 6 and 7.
I am going to golden hammer LSU here.
Wow.
They have the better quarterback in this matchup.
Nice.
They certainly have the better defense in this. LSU's defense
LSU's defense is for real. Yes.
Like that, yeah.
And I feel like Ole Miss being favored in this one, even at home, is a little crazy. Give me LSU with the golden hammer.
I'm taking LSU as well. That defense is legit, and it's young talent. Some sophomores just making crazy plays. Who you got, Dion?
I got to go LSU.
Let's go.
I believe in us. Caden Durham is the truth, bro.
Yes, he is.
Dog.
In high school, he ran a crazy 100-time.
For real?
In track, bro,
Yeah.
but he's a
10-something.
dude. Yeah, he rolling for real.
Yeah.
So I got to take Caden Durham and Nussmeier and the Tigers. I'm going with LSU.
You're on the island?
Yeah, I'm on an island, baby.
All right.
It's all right,
It's not easy to go, into Ole Miss and come out of there with a victory.
Not at all.
Fair enough. Next one. This is a top 6 matchup in the country. The Oregon Ducks traveling to Penn State. A rematch of the Big 12 title game, or Big 10 title game, if I remember correctly,
It
right?
was.
Penn State, Drew Lahr has he's all right, man. I don't know. I can't get behind it. I'm sorry.
Is he a little banged up right now, too?
So they didn't play last week. I can tell you that for sure.
I thought I saw a video of him this week, and they were talking about he looks better health-wise this week or something. I don't know.
I don't know. They haven't played anyone. They've beaten Nevada. They've beaten shutout FIU, and then laid it down on Villanova. So this is their first real test of the season, whereas Oregon has kind of just destroyed everyone they've played.
Oregon State.
They played Oregon State, but they ended the Gundy era
Yes, they did.
at Oklahoma State. The Nittany Lions are 3.5 point favorite.
Tulane or Tulsa ended the Gundy era.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Well, it was
'cause
the start of it.
Yeah.
Start of the end. Penn State minus 3.5.
James Franklin and the Penn State Nittany Lions going to have to show me that they can win these type of games.
Facts.
Even at the crib.
Facts.
in
Yeah.
Oregon.
Yeah, even at home. Yeah.
I hate to agree, but I do. This is not where Oregon stumbles this year, I don't think.
Yeah.
I also took Oregon.
Yeah.
Dion.
I got Oregon.
All right.
Let's go. I hope we
clean
jinx
sweep.
them into losing. 'Cause I'd much rather Penn State win.
Depending on who you ask, the game of the weekend, Alabama traveling to Georgia, number 17 Bama.
I think the last one would have to be game of the weekend. Top 6 matchup.
Yeah.
Like you said, though, it depends who you ask.
Yeah.
It does.
Sure, it depends who you ask.
Alabama, they really responded and had a good performance against Wisconsin last week.
Wisconsin sucks.
Wisconsin may suck though, whereas Georgia is they're Georgia, man. I don't know what else you want me to say. They're battle tested already to this point. Gunnar Stockton looks like he can just hang in there.
That Tennessee game was fire, bro.
Yeah.
That was low-key one of the best games of the year.
100%. The line is Georgia -3. I am picking the Bulldogs and I'm laying the golden hammer on them.
It's a good pick.
I'm with you on the Bulldogs, not the hammer.
Okay.
Same. I like Georgia. Kirby not losing to Kalen DeBoer.
Deion?
I don't really have much faith in this Alabama team.
Ugga.
They could, start to get some stuff going, but I think I got to go Georgia.
Would definitely be a signature win for DeBoer at Alabama.
Oh, it'd be big.
Beating Georgia on
It'd
the
be
road
big. Yeah,
would be massive.
it'll be big.
He needs it too, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't know. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't know if this Alabama team is cut to beat
Yeah.
go into Georgia and beat them. at
Their
home.
quarterback looks decent though.
Yeah, he's
I
solid.
like him.
Yeah, he's
Stockton?
solid. Yeah.
Bama's
Bama,
quarterback.
sorry.
Bama's
Simpson,
quarterback?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
he
He's solid.
looks solid,
Yeah.
but
Got an NIL deal with Gatorade.
wow.
He might be like that. We'll see. All right, on to the Big 12 we go.
You see, O has a NIL deal with
Dr.
Dr.
Pepper,
Pepper.
yes.
Sick.
Dr. P, that's fine.
That was
Very
sick.
That was dope.
What's
This
the name of the town?
where he's from?
No.
The
It's,
Dr. Pepper town?
Yeah.
Fansville.
Fansville. Yes, that's what it is.
I hope he pops up in
Need
a
to see
Fansville
him
commercial.
there for sure, bro. On to the Big 12 we go. My opinion, this is the best game of the weekend, and it is tomorrow night.
We love that. Oh, shoot. I have
TC.
dinner plans.
Big one.
Number
Pull the
24,
phone
TCU traveling to Tempe to take on the Sun Devils. The Sun Devils I think they've responded pretty well since that Mississippi State loss. Sam Leavitt has just balled out the last couple weeks. Had some clutch plays last weekend to deliver them the win over Baylor in hostile territory.
I know where you're at on this one.
I'm taking ASU.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you are.
I'm right there with
They're
you.
a good
bro.
team, bro. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm not sorry. They're a good team.
Yeah, don't apologize, bro. You don't need to apologize.
No one
That's
ever
your
said they
choice.
weren't a good team, by the way.
Facts.
They just
I really like
everyone
what they
just
have,
knows how
man.
you feel about Sam Leavitt. I think that's what it is.
He's fun, man. He was running around making plays again last week. I'm telling you, he's fun.
That's what he does.
Still not the best quarterback in this matchup. Give me TCU.
Oh, please.
I mean, Scotty's definitely right.
100%. I mean, have y'all watched Josh Hoover? He's arguably been the best quarterback in college football this
That's
season.
Hoover's nice. He's
Josh
nice.
Hooper.
Just,
he's
no,
hooping.
for real. Oh, God, I'm going to start using that.
Yeah, give me TCU.
Wow.
I'm going with Arizona State.
Hell yeah,
I
man.
beve in Jordan
Say less.
Tyson. I feel like
Facts.
he can
Oh,
carry
yeah.
him there.
Oh, yeah.
Bro,
You know,
he's
that's-
gotten bigger.
That's my dog.
He's gotten
you
better
know,
at everything.
and all
Dog.
Sam Leavitt got to do is put the rock in his hands.
Yep.
They got some running backs that I really like.
Did you see Sonny Dykes just randomly stirring up the Arizona ASU rivalry yesterday?
No.
No, what'd he say?
He said that Jordan
T-Mac?
Tyson is better than T-Mac.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
And just started a whole thing between ASU fans
Oh,
and
I didn't see
Arizona
them arguing
fans
about it.
online.
That's
Yeah,
funny as hell.
they've been at each other's throats ever since.
Crazy. Next one. I just thought this was an interesting one to put on the list. It's a massive number, and it's a new head coach. Baylor's traveling to Oklahoma State. They're 21-point favorites. Do they get the little interim head coach boost in this game?
We typically do see that.
Yeah?
We typically do
There's
see that.
just one problem.
Okay.
Oklahoma State has maybe the worst injury report in the country.
Really?
Yes, it is like at least 33% longer than ours on that graphic. So hand me that golden hammer. BYU minus 21.
Baylor?
Baylor.
Or sorry, Baylor.
Yeah, I mean, Sawyer Robertson is going to put up 30-plus points. And I don't think Oklahoma State's going to get in the box twice. I like Baylor to cover for sure and win big.
You're throwing the hammer down?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Golden hammer Baylor.
I'm going to just take the points in Oklahoma State. Give me the interim head coach bump. 21's a lot.
I think I'm gonna go with Oklahoma State.
Wow.
I don't have faith in them,
Bro, you know ball.
but after a head coach is gone, I don't know, bro. It's something about the juice, the
Cal?
energy in there. That one win,
Yep.
22 came
Yep.
from right after Durrell.
Exactly.
So I gotta give it to them only because they might show up.
They might. It's
might.
just that they're incredibly shorthanded.
Well, they
not
are.
to
They
mention
are.
all of the guys who have entered the
They
portal.
are.
Not to mention they're just a bad football team.
Yeah, they're not good. They're not good at all. I don't have faith in them. I have faith
Yeah.
in the juice
No, that
of after
makes
the head
sense.
coach.
Yeah.
Different analogy, but similar.
We see
The
it
Nuggets. I was
we
gonna
see
say
it
the
every year in
Nuggets,
college
bro.
football.
Mm-hmm.
A coach gets fired. That we see it every year. So
And then they come back next week and it's like
Yeah.
this is a whole new team.
yeah, for sure.
They don't show that for the rest of the year, but
Exactly. That next week though, for sure.
They put it all into that
I'm a
one
big
game.
believer in the new coach game. It's just I don't think
this
that
is a
they
big
have-
margin. Yeah.
I don't think they have the guys.
Exactly.
Okay. Next one. A matchup of undefeateds in the Big 12.
Who would have
I
thought?
guess not saying much at this point, but Arizona State traveling to Ames to take on Iowa State.
Arizona.
I'm sorry, Arizona traveling to Ames to take on Iowa State. Iowa State up to number 14 in the country now. They've been kind of quiet, though. I mean, they beat Iowa a couple weeks ago. They have a win against Arkansas State also recently, but it's really just the K-State and that Iowa win that the resume is going off of. Arizona, Fafita's been playing well.
Yeah,
I'll give him that.
he has. He's low-key back. And this is probably the matchup that I'm most torn on that we've picked so far.
Yeah,
It's like Arizona is like kind of decent this
Yeah,
year.
they are.
they beat K-State. It just depends what you think about K-State.
Yeah, I mean, but I thought even the first 2 weeks they didn't really play anybody. But
True.
like, it's really for me, it's just about Fafita. Like Fafita looks like 2023 Fafita, and if they have 2023 Fafita, they're at least a solid football team.
True.
So I'm gonna go last. I'm really still don't know where I'm gonna go on this.
I'm taking Iowa State.
I'm going to take Iowa State too, but I will say if Arizona wins, I will have to start rethinking how I feel about Brett Brennan.
Who you got, Deion?
I think I'm gonna go with Iowa State because Iowa State is also they're a very physical team. I feel like they were one of the most physical teams in the Big 12
Definitely.
in the last few years, and
They're
I
gonna
mean
muck
it's gonna
up
be
that
tough.
game.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to go to. Where's that, Ames?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to go in there and beat them at Jack Trice Stadium. So I think I'm gonna go with ISU.
I'm gonna island it then. Give me Arizona the points.
Oh yeah,
I think
Respect,
it'll be a
brother.
close game.
How many points is it? 6.5?
6.5. Last one. It's our game. Number 25 BYU coming to town late Saturday night. They are 7-point favorites. We just previewed it. I'm 6.5, 7. Either way, I'm taking the Buffs.
Under Coach Prime, Colorado as a home underdog, 4-1 against the spread. Give me the Buffs to cover.
Deion?
man, this is a big one for me.
It is.
This is a big one for me. I'm in my CU gear. I'm here in Denver. However, I was at BYU last. So if there was a hat that I could put on or like a
mascot
the
head?
chip
Do you
head,
need
I mean, yeah, I would put chip on my head.
Let's go.
I'm gonna go with old
Yeah.
chip.
Let's go. I hate to do this. It's very unlike me. Just kidding. I'm fucking picking the Buffs.
All right, so looking at it, there are 2 games where we're all on the same side. We're all on Oregon to cover 3.5, plus 3.5 against Penn State. We're all on CU as well. Golden Hammers. Scotty's taking LSU plus 1.5. I'm taking Georgia -3. RK's taking Baylor -21. There you go.
Hell
Those
yeah.
are your week 5 picks. This is a hell of a slate too. Honestly,
Really
there's
is.
at least 4 or
Big
5
weekend.
games I
Yeah,
could have put on this
sure.
that in another week and what was that, week 2 when it was kind of a weaker slate that would definitely make
Yeah.
this. So enjoy this weekend, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun. This was fun. Anything else today?
No. BYU fans are talking real spicy.
Yes, they are.
They're even turning it up a level today. It makes me excited for this.
Yeah.
Usually everyone thinks it's us who run our mouths.
No,
before
it's
games.
really not. It's really not.
This time, there's no one can make that case. No one can make the case of which side is running their mouth more. So, as they say, run that mouth.
Yeah.
BYU travel well.
Oh, I'm telling you, you're gonna see a good amount of blue in there for sure.
I'm expecting it.
It's gonna be a good amount of blue. Probably it's gonna be some noise, but Colorado has the advantage of being at home, and that atmosphere is gonna be crazy.
Definitely.
Hell
It's going to be so lit.
Like I think my heart might be beating fast. Like, I'm about to play. Yeah.
Love it.
I mean, there's a lot riding on this game for the season.
Yes, there is.
So
Yes, there is.
Yeah. We'll be back tomorrow around the same time, 2:33ish. Is that right?
Yeah, it should be right around the same time.
For a pregame tomorrow.
Should be, yeah. Oh, actually, a little hour later. Should be around 3:30 Mountain Time.
Okay.
We should be live tomorrow.
Okay, so there you go. That'll be pregame. Know Your Enemy is also up on the YouTube channel. Go check that out. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's go Buffs.
Let's go Buffs.
We all silly like the mayor.